Rajkumar. In this episode, we're going to discuss causes of violence explained through anthropology. On July 7th, 2026, 57-year-old Sheetal Wrzesien, an Indo-American former Google engineering leader, was fatally shot at her home in Cobb County, Georgia, in the US. The police arrested her husband, 56-year-old Kirk B. Wrzesien, at the scene. Their son was also shot in the back, but he managed to escape, and the neighbors helped him and took him to the hospital. Let this sink in a little bit. Okay? Why so much aggression? Why so much hatred? Why so much violence? Anthropology explains gender-based violence as a learned cultural behavior rather than a biologically given one. Anthropologists show that violence is driven by unequal power relations, social rules, and gender roles that communities pass down through generations. Harm happens when societies enforce these strict norms and punish people who step outside those norms. We humans are not born violent. Men are not born violent. As a little child, a little boy is not violent. From birth, cultures teach people how to be a man and how to be a woman. Cultures and societies define how a man should be and how a woman should be. Let that sink in. If a society teaches boys that aggression is a sign of power, of manhood, then this can lead to harm and cause violence. Some cultures teach boys to be violent through daily social habits. They may teach physical punishment, reward aggressive behavior in sports, and normalize violence through literature, war stories, or even the movies. These traditions teach boys that aggression is a normal way to solve problems and to prove their manhood. Cultures use several specific ways to pass on aggressive behavior. Let's go through that. Number one is cultural scripts, cultures of honor. Some societies teach boys that they must respond to insults with aggression and violence. Even in the movies, reasons for aggression and reasons for violence in the story teaches people that violence is justified. Violence is okay. Even boys are taught that defending their manly reputation requires a touch of violence. Number two is physical punishment. When adults use physical force to discipline boys, they model violent behavior. Research shows that societies with high rates of child physical punishment also have higher rates of aggression and adult violence. Number three is play and entertainment. Cultures build violent habits through play. Toys like toy guns, violent video games, and contact sports let boys practice being aggressive. This entertainment teaches boys to view violence as an exciting and normal part of male life. Militarization is the fourth point. In areas with active conflicts, societies teach boys to fight to protect their people. In philology, researchers found that willingness to kill is a skill taught to the youth through social group opinions and community values. Mind you, willingness to kill is a skill taught to the youth through social group opinions and community values. If you justify killing, then the whole group starts believing in that, and they would become the next generation of murderers. This turns aggression into a survival tool. The message transferred to the youth in this kind of community feeling is that aggression is the only way you can survive. Now that gets to head, it processes inside, and the boy starts believing in that. Number five is historic wars and battles are glamorized in some societies. Think about that. The story of so-and-so killed so-and-so in such and such battle is told and understood as a standard of good conduct. So the boys think it is good to do exactly that. when the occasion arises. By contrast, non-violent cultures teach boys to control their angers. We are supposed to be civilized societies, and the more civilized the societies are, more anger and aggression is controlled. If you go and see societies which are more civilized, you find boys where they are taught to control their angers. Core values of non-violent cultures: ahimsa and compassion. You've heard of the Gandhian virtues of ahimsa, which is peace, dialogue over force, solving arguments through active listening, honest talk and fair negotiation, social equality, removing unfair rules and biases that hurt vulnerable groups. Vulnerable groups are certain sections of the society, and so if there's unfairness towards them, that can lead to aggression. So being fair to all communities in the society is one way of having a peaceful society. By stopping fights without physical force, these cultures teach children that violence is not acceptable and how it can be avoided. Now I'm going to give you some mottos which are passed down to me from my martial arts instructor. Martial arts were arts. They were not meant to be used to create conflict. And this is one of the mottos which I really go by. Strength without a gentle heart is the strength of fools and cowards. So someone who is strong but does not have a gentle heart, is not able to understand, and he uses his strength inappropriately, and he is called a coward. Strength without a gentle heart is the strength of fools and cowards. This is one of the most important mottos of traditional martial arts. Next one is: the strong do not attack the weak, just as a person armed with a weapon attacking an unarmed person is called a coward. The strong do not attack the weak. That's not a sign of bravery. Person with a weapon who attacks an unarmed person is obviously a coward. He can't face the person who has a weapon. Next one is: if you need two people to attack one person, you are not a brave person. Got it? If you need 2 people or 3 people or 4 people to attack one person, then you are definitely not a brave person. You're a coward. Those who control many are strong, but those who control their own mind are mighty and much greater. When a mind goes out of control, one can go aggressive and go on the attack mode. So controlling the mind is one of the essence of what a good character of a person is defined by. Those who control many are strong. Remember, those who control their own mind are mighty and much greater and able to accomplish a lot more. I hope the message on non-violence goes through. I hope the message does good to the people to understand why violence happens, explained through anthropology. I hope we pass on this message. Thank you.